Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. Love for you to hit that subscribe button, and I'd love for you to hit the little notification bell so you can get notified every time I upload, which isn't very often because I suck at YouTubing, obviously. Today I'm going to be doing a story time. My last story time did very well, and I feel like you guys like this a little bit more personal. It's not just makeup. It's more like, you know, us getting to know each other. So I'm gonna go ahead and share with you my story with sleep paralysis, like my experience with sleep paralysis. And this is actually a very common occurrence for people. I thought like it wasn't, but I googled it. Apparently a lot of people deal with this. If you have any stories that you like to share, let me know because I'd love to hear them. Mine have just been really creepy. Like I'm just like, it's just horrible. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy because it's literally scary to not be able to move or do anything, and it's happening, you know? So let's get straight into it, and I hope you enjoy. So the very first time that I ever experienced sleep paralysis was when I was, I'm gonna say like 13, 14 years old, and my mom and my stepdad were about to watch The Grudge. If you guys don't know what The Grudge is, like it's that really creepy movie with Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I don't know her real name, but it's about like, it's just a scary movie, and I am a total wuss, and anyone who knows me knows I'm like the biggest wuss in the world, and you never want to watch a scary movie with me ever. Point blank. I'm literally the person like and then I'm like, what happened? Because I missed the whole thing because I'm covering my eyes and closing my ears. What happened was they were watching The Grudge, and I asked my mom if I could watch it with them, and she's like, no. First of all, it was past my bedtime. It was on a school night, and I'm a wuss. So she was like, no, go to sleep. So me being the rebellious teenager I was just like, I'm going to watch that movie. I don't care what she says. So, and I'm not even sure I ever told her this, so sorry, Mom. So they were watching TV, they were watching The Grudge, and I literally got on my hands and knees and crawled to her bedroom and watched the movie, because like the way her doorway was faced, like her back was against the doorway, so she had no idea I was there. I was watching the movie with her, and I was scared because A, it was scary, B, I did not want to get caught by my mom, because if I got caught being there, yeah, no. I was trying to keep quiet, but then the scary part came on, and I jumped, and I think my mom heard a shuffle, so I just like booked it back into my room. I was like, bah! And I went back into my room. I'm still freaked out, obviously, but I'm going to bed. So the way my bed was set up, I shared a room with my brother, and we had a bunk bed, but we didn't have that normal, you know, bunk bed that's like up. We had the top one was up, and then the bottom one faced that way, like this. So I went to bed, and I'm so obviously freaked out by everything I just saw, and I'm just trying to go to sleep, and I'm right about to go to sleep when at my doorway I see my 3-year-old brother. And I'm just like, what is he doing up? It's literally maybe like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, what is he doing up? And I know it's my 3-year-old brother because he's wearing this like firefighter red shirt that he always wears, and it's a shirt, so I know it's him. And I'm looking at him, and I'm about to say like, what's wrong, when my body completely freezes, just freezes, and I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on? And my brother, now I can't really see his face because it's dark, but I can see his shirt. So my brother grabs onto the wall, and I kid you not, he starts crawling up the wall. Crawling, like The Grudge, you know how they crawl on the walls, and I'm just like, what? And there's like a cable that's like hanging from my ceiling. And he goes and he starts hanging upside down from this cable. And I'm freaking out. Just freaking out because I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why is my brother, first of all, climbing? How is this even possible? Why is he up? What's going on? And I try to like scream for my mom, but the only thing that comes out of my mouth is nothing. And I am trying so hard, like I could barely pick up my fingers. I'm like trying to move, and nothing. And I'm getting more and more and more scared as I'm seeing everything happen. And then when my brother crawls from the ceiling to like the foot of my bunk bed, so he's at the end of the table, I realize that it's not my brother. It's the Asian kid from the Grudge wearing my brother's shirt. And he starts crawling on my bed, like coming towards me, to the point where we are face to face like this, guys. And I am scared beyond belief. Like I am, my heart is like I tell myself like I need to wake up, like I need to move, I need to do something. And so I decide like I'm gonna have to throw myself off my bunk bed. Like that's the only way I can think of right now that I can wake up from this. So whatever was in front of me disappeared. It's no longer there, but I'm still freaking out because I'm like, I need to do something before it comes back. So again, I decide to throw myself off my bunk bed. So I muster up whatever strength I have, and I start like pushing myself little by little, and eventually I literally pushed myself. I'm on the top bunk. I'm not on the bottom bunk. So I figured like if I fall, I'm just gonna fall on my brother's bed and it won't hurt much as hitting the floor. So I end up pushing myself off the bed, falling on my brother's bed, and then bouncing off my brother's bed, hitting the floor. As soon as I impacted with my brother's bed, I yelled out, "Mom!" And I screamed. My mom comes running in and they see me on the floor and they're like, what the hell's going on? And I was going to tell my mom like what I saw when I realized like whatever I saw isn't here anymore. And she's going to obviously, like, I was known for being very dramatic as a child. My mom was always very like, if I told my mom like I saw an Asian kid from the Grudge wearing my brother's t-shirt, crawling the walls, coming to my bed and coming to my face, like she's gonna be like, she's gonna know first of all that I snuck into her room and watched the movie with them, and she's not gonna believe me. So when she's like, what happened, I kind of like was just like, I fell and I hurt myself. And I was like, how did you fall from your bed? Guys, it was literally the scariest thing in the world. And I'm 13 years old. I've never heard of sleep paralysis. I never even experienced this before, so I didn't know like this was a thing. It wasn't like it was in my head already. You know how there's people who kind of like psych themselves into experiencing those things? I think like people say like when you get like a thought in your head, you kind of psych yourself and it happens. But I've never even heard of sleep paralysis or anything like that, and it happened to me and I had never experienced that before. And then after that it kind of like kept getting worse. It only happened one other time with like me seeing a thing or a person. Usually it's just I can't move, I can't wake up, like I can't move and I can't talk. But sometimes I hear voices. I remember one time I heard someone like saying my name repeatedly, and it sounded like it was coming from the heaters, but it was like Maggie, Maggie, and I just can't move. I can't do anything. And I remember the only way I could wake up from it after I fell off the bed was literally fighting with it in my head, and I was kind of like, you can't hurt me, God's gonna protect me. And I'm not very religious, but I do believe that there's a God, and I do believe that there's someone watching over you. So I would always say that I'm like, God's watching over me, God, you can't hurt me, you can't hurt me, you can't hurt me. And I'd always repeat, I'm like, leave me alone. And to the point where I'm like literally like, leave me alone. And I'd wake up and I'm like, leave me alone. And I'm like, okay, like I'm good, but it's always hard to fall back asleep after that because you're scared. Like you're really literally scared to fall back asleep. It happened a lot growing up until I'd say a couple months after I had Noah. And I don't know what triggers it. I literally experienced it maybe 2 weeks ago for the first time in like 2 years. Like like it's been such a long time, so I don't know what triggers it. I don't know exactly. I thought before that it was me sleeping on my back. If I sleep on my back, I realize like I'm a little bit more prone to sleep paralysis. So I try to sleep on my side. But I fell asleep on my side and it still happened. So I really don't know what triggers. If you guys have any stories, if you ever experienced sleep paralysis, let me know down below, because I know it's actually very common. I know I'm not the only person who has experienced something like this, but if you know what triggers sleep paralysis, let me know, because I don't want to deal with this anymore. And I just don't understand how I can go almost years without ever experiencing it, and then out of nowhere it comes and hits me, and it is so scary. Like, I think the last time I experienced it, I was with Oscar. Oscar's literally like this close to me, literally, and I can't even move my finger enough to just tap him or try to like wake him up. I can't. He's literally right next to me. I hope you guys enjoyed this little story. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.